back, wood lovers. How good is that new intro, by the way? Big thanks to Will McNichol for sorting us out with a brand new intro title. This is Tommy's Tonewoods, and we are back for day 2 of our Antipodean adventure. We are back in Australia, and we are looking at a monstrous wood. It is it's smashed through the leaderboard on the Janka scale, and it is Acacia cambagei, another relative of Koa and Tasmanian blackwood from semi-arid Queensland. It's ringed gidgee, and here it is. My goodness, this is a very special set of wood. It is dense, it's hard, and the curl on this is unbelievable. The colour, oh man, it reminds me of, you remember that we did the Joshua tree a few weeks ago? It's got a very kind of, let's see if you can pick that up, very similar kind of tight curl to it. May even go something like that. How nice is that? I love it. So, Acacia cambagei, ringed gidgee, also known as stinking wattle and stinking gidgee. Apparently the leaf litter and the bark smells like raw sewage / gas. So not ideal. That is the last thing you want your bark to smell of is sewage and gas. But this is essentially a desert tree, and very, very slow growing, very hard, and yeah, I am super excited to work with this. Somebody in the comments, whose name escapes me, my apologies, asked to see the side sets, and was interested in whether or not the sides matched the back. Here is the side set. So you can see, oh God, you can see that they do indeed match. Now, as I was picking this out of my wood stash today, I noticed that this, I mean, it would have to be the hardest wood, but it's gonna provide me with, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can just see the wiggle on that. It looks like my dog's spine. She has a wiggle patch all the way down her back, and that is what that looks like. Maybe you can see that. We have got, this is a wibbly wobbler. I'm looking down at my monitor here to make sure that you can see this. Yeah. So this is gonna provide one or two problems. As if it wasn't going to be hard enough already. It's the third hardest wood in the world, apparently, on the Janka scale. At 4,000, and I did write it down, at 4,270 pounds force. That's like 500 pounds force more than African blackwood, which has finally been toppled from its perch on top of the Janka leaderboard. And just a reminder, the Janka scale is referencing a test to measure the hardness of a piece of wood, where a steel ball of 1/2 inch diameter is fired into the surface of the wood, and a measurement is taken as to how much force is required to drive that steel ball up to half its diameter into the surface of the wood. So this is 4,270. African blackwood is 3,760, maybe, something like that, 3,700 and something. So this is hard. Now, having not worked with ringed gidgee before, I spoke to a specialist in Australian tonewoods, Rye Bear, out in Vancouver, British Columbia. He is an Aussie, and he's built with quite a lot of gidgee. It's one of his favourite woods, and I asked Rye about his opinions on gidgee so that I could relay those to you, and I'll just pull that up on my phone now. Rye says, "It works wonderfully for a passive back and sides because of its density. It's harder to get it to be an active back without laminating it or some other trickery. One of my favourite woods for sure." So, what I will do with this, I'm not entirely sure, but yet again, it's a wood that I'm really excited to build with. as you can probably gather. Let's give it a listen. Now, I had my COVID shot yesterday, so my arm is completely dead. And again, on the day that I'm having to tap test the densest and heaviest of woods. Now, maybe the sap is a little loose there. But you can hear, or rather you can't hear, it's very thuddy. There's not a lot going on here. Very dense. God, it's just so beautiful. Some high ringies. That's a technical term, ringy. Ringy on the RINGED. But the real party here, the real star of the show is going to be when we get the magic spray out. Hold on to your pants. Hold on to your pants? Or your hats, whatever, pants or hats. And let's do the full beans. That is a spicy meatball. Look at that. That is next level stuff. Let me get a bit closer. The curl is so tight on there. Amazing. It really is very similar to the Joshua tree that I pulled out the other day. Wow. Gorgeous. So rich. I'm mesmerized by this. Let's do one of the side sets, one of these wobbly side sets. If anyone has any ideas on what I'm going to do with this side set to get it to behave, let me know, because I'm slightly baffled at the moment. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Just love the stripes in there. Wow. I can see why Rye likes this wood so much. It's going to make a very special guitar. Not entirely sure how I'm going to work with this. It's going to be a new one. It's going to be an exciting adventure. I'm going to go down the passive back route. So we're going to take the back as a vibrating membrane out of the equation and have it acting more as a reflector, I guess. But we see. We'll see. It will be interesting. And a challenge, I am sure. I wonder if I can get a GIDGEE fingerboard as well. It's so hard, it would make a perfect fingerboard. And a really beautiful one as well. So there we have it. I just can't stop looking at this. This is one of my favourite pieces of wood in my collection. I'm half wondering whether to do something. I'm half wondering whether to do something with this little inclusion, this little eye hole, make a feature of it, because it would be a shame not to include some of this cool sapwood, you know? Who knows? Who knows? Yet another wood that I just can't wait to build with. The joys of being a luthier. It's so exciting. I love wood. I love working with wood. I love sharing all these woods with you. If you've worked with GIDGEE, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe. We are almost at 4,000 hours watch time, which is pretty impressive. And big thanks to you guys. So we will see you tomorrow, and we will continue our Antipodean adventure. And who knows where it'll take us? I know where it'll take us, but you don't. And that's magical.